Hello, welcome to Pele Yoga. My name is Danielle Ronaldo. I'm the founder here, and I'm excited to lead you through a short vinyasa flow sequence for you to recharge and reset and get the blood flowing so that you can feel more grounded in whatever you're doing next. I hope you enjoy.
So the invitation is to join me in child's pose. Coming to the center of your mat, knees go wide, big toes together behind you, and then letting your forehead rest down to the mat. Now, sometimes it is yummy and grounding to let your forearms relax towards the earth. Other times, if it feels useful to charge up, try spreading your fingers, pressing your palms into the mat to kind of scoop up through your armpits and feel your shoulders draw away from your ears. And if you haven't yet, start to create a relationship with your breath. Breathing deeper, all the way down to the base of your spine on your inhale, and then clearing out all the stale air as you push the air out on your exhales. All right, so we're kind of cleaning house by this full cleansing breath. Right, letting things circulate and letting the body fuel up. Yeah, and as you're ready, coming onto your hands and your knees. Go ahead and work it out where your hands are underneath your shoulders and the knees are underneath your hip points. And then we're gonna reach your left arm all the way up towards the ceiling. You can bring your left hand to your hip is another option if that feels more accessible. And then you're just gonna thread the arm through underneath the right armpit and hover for a second. Then we do it with breath. So inhaling to reach the left arm all the way up and open. And then exhaling to thread through. You bend the right elbow and just sink into that. One more time. Reaching up. Exhaling and threading all the way through, and then resting on your outer arm. Letting your left temple meet the earth. I'm choosing to stack the hips over the knees. Another option is to let them sink back towards your heels, but over the knees might give you an opportunity to lean a little bit more into your upper body. Spreading your toes and the tops of the feet are pressing onto the earth, and then breathing into your upper back to create some space there. Now you could charge up a little bit more by reaching the right arm forward and spreading the fingers, or you could let that forearm rest. Really depends on what you need right now, like what is going to meet your energy level where you are. While also gently encouraging things to get stirred up a little bit. It's all right, through the deep right breathing and being in the shape. And then choosing the level of intensity. As you're ready, bringing the right hand back in, planting it down on the ground, lifting the left arm up so you reopen that chest, and then both hands plant. And we'll do some organic cat-cows here. So again, maybe paw print your hands out and then push the earth away, tucking your chin to your chest, and then letting your belly drop and the heart lift. And sometimes the first time I roll through cat-cow, it might feel nice to take a few breaths in each of the shapes and maybe rock a little forward and back. So you're waking up your wrists, the range of motion in your hips. So continue to tuck the chin, round the back, and then drop the belly and lift the heart. Yeah, continue on your own, rocking forward and back, and then finding that neutral position again. So lift the right arm up and then thread it through and reach and pause. And then you're going to reach back up and open. You might even sink into that right hip a little and then reach through and pause as you exhale. One more. Roll open and breathe in, and then exhale, thread through, and let the outer arm come down to the mat. Right temple meets the earth. Again, left arm can stretch out, so you might feel a little bit more plugging in through the shoulder. A different aliveness there. Or letting the arm soften as a way to recharge. Right, figuring out that right amount of effort and ease, which can only really be tuned into, I think, yourself, right? Like figuring out what kind of aliveness gets your blood flowing, gets your body starting to warm up. Yeah, replant the left hand as you're ready, reaching the right arm up, and then back to cat-cow. Maybe a little smoother this time. You're going to push through the palms and exhale to round the back. Maybe slide the hips back and then scoop the belly down, the heart up as you inhale. Again, slide the hips back and then push and rounds. And one more. And then find down dog. Tuck the toes. Maybe hover the knees for a moment, scooping up through the belly, setting your eyes to one spot. Hello. Right, and then push down and forward with the hands to lengthen the hips up and back. Yeah, so then finding some breath here. Steady. And letting your body respond to the shape and your breath. They'll start to loosen up. Yeah, you might wiggle the hips side to side to get into some of those nooks and crannies, or pedal out the feet, one knee, and then the other. And then take a stroll all the way to the top of the mat, 1 foot at a time, feeling your feet on the ground and feeling the backs of the legs stretch. And then when your feet come all the way up, they're hip width distance apart, and then letting yourself hang in ragdoll for a few breaths. So spreading the toes. Letting the fingertips stay rested on the ground. The body draping over the legs. Maybe bend your knees so that the belly gets a little closer to the thighs. It'll open up your low back. Good. You might grab opposite elbows. It's a way to create a little bit more traction for the spine to lengthen. If that's too much, you bring your hands back down to the ground. Another option is bring your elbows to your knees or your thighs. Takes a little bit of the pressure off the hamstrings, but you still get that nice rinse, letting your head drop and the spine lengthen. So good. Right. And as you're ready, you're gonna let your whole body drop back down over the legs, maybe releasing the hands off the thighs or whatever arm variation that you had. And then the invitation is to create that stability in your legs, driving down through the heels. And then we're going to roll up one vertebrae at a time. So bending the knees, tucking the chin, keep breathing as you come to stand. Great. Lovely. Sweeping the palms forward and reaching your arms up, out and up. Maybe look up, lifting your heart up, and then sliding your palms to your heart. Good. Just a place to pause and connect here. Feeling your palms pressed together. Maybe feeling your thumbs plug into your heart center. Trying to find that balance point, that center point. Yeah, and good to remember, mountain pose is a pose. Here we are, feeling your feet root. There's strength, stability, holding you up tall, but then also a softness in the shoulders and in the face. Sukha Sthira Asana. Find sweetness and strength in each of the poses. Yeah, sweep your arms up. Take a big breath in. Look up. Exhale and fold all the way down. Maybe bend the knees, drop the head. We'll stay here for a breath or two. Right, so we get to work into it. Might be a little slower if you're used to like roll in one breath, one movement right away, but opportunity to touch into some more subtle sensations, tune in to how you feel so we can have more regulation over it. Yeah, drawing the shoulders down the back, letting your head drop, continuing to breathe. And then hands to your shins to draw your heart forward, flat back, or lengthened spine on the inhale. And then exhale back to forward fold, dropping your head, squeezing the air out. Good, root through the heels and rise all the way up, reaching. And then slide your hands back to your heart center. Good, again. Inhale and sweep up. A little quicker this time. Exhale, forward fold. Halfway lift, inhaling to lengthen and open. Exhale, back to forward fold. Root through the feet and rise all the way up, reaching. And then drawing your hands back to heart center. Great. Sweep the arms back up. Breathe in, filling all the way. Exhale, forward fold all the way down and in. And drop the backs of the legs, drop the head. Then halfway lift, finding a long spine. This time, you're going to plant your hands, step your feet to the back of your mat, both feet. Coming into a high push-up, pausing. Ooh, a little different flow here. Take a big breath in. You're going to exhale just to a baby push-up. Maybe just a little baby push-up. Press up. And then find side plank. Root through the right hand and lift your left arm up. Woo! Exhale. Let's go back to center and find a little push-up. Or not. So let's do this on your knees. Reaching the right arm up. Other side plank. Yeah, find a flow. Exhale, back to center, push up or not. And then back to downward facing dog. Good settle here. Take a breath in and then exhale and send both heels towards the right. Sink into your hips a little bit so you're getting through that outer thigh and the left leg. Also plugging into the shoulders, any length in the spine. Then come up to tippy toes and then send the heels over to the left. Sinking back into your right hip. You got it. And then tippy toes coming back to center. Yeah, as you're ready. And then you're going to exhale, bend both knees. Look forward. And bring your feet to your hands. One step or many steps, all good. Moving with your breath, find halfway lift as you inhale, and then exhale, forward folds. Root down, rise all the way up, and find your hands come to your heart. Great, move your weight over, into your right foot. And pick your left foot up in front of you, 90-degree angle if you can. And then send that left leg all the way back behind you to a version of airplane. Yeah, pressing back through the heel, reaching out through the crown of the head. A little bend in your standing leg, creating that strength, that hugging in. And then reach the left toes all the way back to warrior two. Okay. Facing your hips towards the side while reaching your arms out and palms face down and then sinking. Ooh, reaching into this wide and strong warrior two. Good. Flip your front palm. Reach your right arm all the way up towards the ceiling. Take a big breath in. And then windmill down, step back, pausing in your high push-up. On your exhale, and take a big breath in so you stabilize. And then exhale, go baby push-up. Root down through the right hand, pick the left arm up, breathe in. Exhale, baby push-up, go for it. Root down through the left hand, pick the right arm up. Exhale, come back to center and push up. Breathe in, send your hips back to down dog. Good, heels over to the right. Ooh. Inhale the heels back up to center as you're ready. Take your time. Sink into that right side for a moment. Back up through center, and then finding your way over towards the left. I think so a little quicker than last time, but not necessarily one breath, one movement yet, and just noticing the shifts and the changes in your body. Right? They happen from breathing and from moving. It's good stuff. Right, picking the heels up, and then exhaling, bend your knees, look forward. Step, walk, or hop. I'm not a hopper. Halfway lift, and then exhale, forward fold. Stand all the way up and reach up towards the ceiling, and then bring your hands to your heart center. Good, move your weight over into your left foot and pick your right foot up. Take a breath in. And then use that exhale to start to press the heel back, the right heel back. Bring your heart forward. Take a moment. It takes focus, right? It takes that fluidity of movement while also keeping strength in the muscles, in your legs, in your focus, in your breath. Right, and then bending into your left leg. Keep reaching back with the right toes. Find warrior two on this side. Yeah, scooping the arms out. I think I've mentioned in some of the other videos that I'm having a little injury on my left hip flexor, so I'm just making adjustments in the shape, right? We don't have to force anything. We have to, it behooves us to work with what is, right? And so, my hips are a little bit more on a diagonal versus opening, and I encourage you to make whatever adjustments are necessary to take care of you also in the shape, right? But generally a nice bend in the front knee, straight back leg, long arms, and breath. And then as you're ready, you will flip the front palm, scoop it up and back, and then windmill the hands down. Here we go. Here's our special flow for this one. Step back, take a breath in to work it out, and then exhale. Push up. Right hand down, left arm up, breathe in. Ooh, stacking your feet. You could also do this hands and knees, remember. And spin open, keeping one knee down. Right arm lifts. Exhale, boop, and then back to down dog. Ooh, heels up and then over to the right. Exhale. Inhale, back up, tippy toes. Exhale, heels over to left. Inhale, tippy toes. Good. Exhale, look forward, bend your knees, step, walk, or hop. Good. Halfway lift as you breathe in. Exhale and forward folds. Stand all the way up and reach up. Hands to your heart center.
Good. Bring your hands to your hips. Let's pick the left leg up. Let's pause here this time. So good. Let's cross the left leg over the right. So we're heading into eagle pose. So it's almost like, you're doing your pee-pee dance. You're squeezing your thighs together. You're sitting your hips back into a one-legged chair. Then the arms go wide, and you'll take your left arm underneath your right. Either wind it up like a twist tie or grab opposite elbows. I know it might be hard to see from this angle, but hopefully you have a general idea. And then breathe. Your upper back, with the stability of drawing your low belly in and that leg squeezing, and like a little softness in your face. We're going to open this up. Woo, balancing half moon. Crazy town, but I think we can do it. The right hand's going to head down towards the earth. I'm going to hover mine. You could press your hand to your thigh. You could grab a block or a water bottle. And your left hand can be on your hip or reach up, but we're rolling the hips open. So it's like airplane, but now on a different plane of motion. Ha ha ha. Right, squeeze that outer side. You're going to step that foot all the way back. Woo! There we are, warrior two. Good, straighten that front leg. Turn both toes towards the side wall. You might be looking away from me, towards me, I don't know. But find a wide-legged forward fold. Go ahead and lift your heart up. Maybe interlace your hands at your low back. And then bow forward. Keep squeezing your hamstrings. Can be a little bend in the knees, that's cool. Hands can stay at the low back, or they can rinse up and over your head. If this feels like too much on your shoulders, bringing the hands down. You might be on fingertips, or you might grab that block or water bottle. Can lots of different variations. Just want to feel the stretch on the backs of the legs in a healthy way. And find a spot you can breathe. Good. Walking the hands back towards your right toes, turning those right toes forward. Coming into a low lunge. And then finding a twist. So the right hand can either plant on your right knee, or you might reach it up towards the ceiling. You might wrap it around your back. Hey, if you want to get all crazy with your bad self, maybe the left fingertips hover. Yeah. It's not a competition, but it is about having options so that, like, if you need more, you take it. And needing more is because, like, you've got energy to churn out, and that's cool. If you don't have as much today, then you take a variation that's a little gentler. Good, and then we're coming to pyramid pose. So step that back foot up just about halfway. We're going to fold over the front leg. That's going to be straight. Hands to the ground, or your shin, or again, blocks or something that supports you. Rad. Cool. From here, go ahead and step both feet to the top of the mat. Good. Bend your knees and let's roll all the way up to stand. Reaching both arms up towards the ceiling. And hands to heart center. So good. Let's rock it on the other side. Send the weight over into your left foot. Excuse me. Right leg left. Eagle. Take your time, set up the legs, and then wind up the arms. And then focus. Squeeze your booty, sit back. Might spread the toes on the lifted foot for some aliveness. And focus on your breathing. You gotta focus to move your body mindfully into balancing half moon. So we're gonna unwind. You're gonna unwind the arms. You're gonna unwind the legs. Kick your right heel back. Squeeze that side booty as you bring your left hand towards the earth or towards your left thigh. Set your eyes towards the earth as the most stable. Good, breathe. Good, warrior two. Woo, reach long. And straighten that front leg. Turn both toes towards the other wall. You got it. Actually, this time, let's turn the toes out. Heels in. Right, you with me? And we're gonna bend both knees into a horse pose or goddess pose. I'm just gonna turn around so I can show you. Hello. So we're goddess pose, bending your knees, letting your knees track out towards your your pinky toe. Breathing, going low. Maybe you lift your right heel. Put that down. Try to do it with your breath, however that works. Inhale your left. Exhale it down. A little bit lower, sink heels, hips, then press. Straight legs. Whew. Can you lift to a releve? So press through your balls of your feet, lift your heels up. You got it, you gotta focus. Find that balance. You're amazing. Good, both heels down, turn your toes in, and forth. Good, hands down. You could rock your hips side to side. What's about how the pose looks, or the quote-unquote right pose, and instead just feel into what feels yummy, what parts want to be stretched, where it feels like it's too much, you might back off. Right, getting that barometer, checking that barometer, and then walking over to that low lunge towards your left foot, however you get there. May or may not look like me, it's all good. And then taking that twist. You know, pressing all the toes into the back foot or into the ground, lengthening the heart forward. Any level of challenge that feels yummy. You can always try something on and back off or lean in. Good, pyramid pose, straightening the front leg, stepping the back foot up about halfway, and letting your head drop. You got it. Drawing the left hip back, right hip forward. And on your next exhale, you just bring both feet to the top of your mat and drop your head. Good, rolling all the way up to stand. Reaching up. Exhale. Hands to your heart center. Good. Take a moment. You can always grab a sip of water if you need it. Just being engaged, right? It's okay. It doesn't have to have any particular way it looks. It's more about engaging in the way that works for you. Yeah. And then once you kind of reset, you have a way to reset yourself. Come into tree pose. Ooh, so we just did a lot of invigorating stuff. Tree pose isn't easy by any means, but it may give you an opportunity to recollect yourself. So let's try that. So you'll look like me. I'll mirror you. So go ahead and move your weight into your left foot. And then your right foot can either be at your ankle. Maybe that feels really yummy and grounding today. Do that. Maybe it's at your calf. That's a healthy challenge, or above the knee to your inner thigh. Either, any, all are valid. Actually, with that hip, I'm going to move it down to my calf. Yeah? When you're pressing into your standing leg, you're not sinking into that hip. Set your eyes somewhere in front of you, something you can focus on, so that then you're really looking back in towards yourself. You don't have to look at me, you don't have to look at the camera or the TV or the phone or whatever you're looking at. Find another spot so you can feel that strength in your legs and then some softness in your shoulders. You might even allow your arms to float up. It'll be a little bit more of a challenge, but take it on if it's there. It feels right. Good, recollecting yourself, bringing your hands to your heart center. Maybe that knee comes back out in front of you, and then bring that foot down to the mat. Woo! Awesome. Good, and then take it right on the other side. So feel like rock your weight a little bit, let that rinse, and then move your weight into your right foot. I'm picking your left foot up, ankle, calf, or inner thigh. Good, pressing your foot into your leg, the leg back into the foot to create that stability. Good, setting your eyes and then feeling into your breath. Right, staying engaged, challenging yourself by maybe taking on a different arm variation. Again, any and all are valid. Those are like stabilizing through the core. Try not to like jut sometimes sinking into your low back or like letting your belly hang out happens when we do anything with the arms. Seeing if you could maintain that stability. In the mobility. Good. Bringing that knee out in front of you and then letting it come down to the ground. Woo, so good. Good. Find the top of your mat, whatever way you want to go. Sometimes I like to switch it up. And you're going to bend into chair pose, super, super low. Your hands can come to your heart or you can reach them up towards the ceiling. We're going to go so low. Reach the fingertips forward or reach your heart forward. So low that we're coming down to the mat. If you need your hands, take them and then lift your legs up. Coming into boat pose. You can grab behind the knees for a little extra support. Toes can be on the ground, but some way find your chest lifts up, your legs lift up, and here we are, we're doing core work. Not any old core work, purposeful breathing, purposefully practicing this like invigorating shape that also we're not freaking out in. So if you need to bring your hands to your heart center, you'll find that balance. Know that you can lean in a little bit on this shape because we're going to have another shape to rinse it out. Good, good, good. Woo! A little shaking, that's all right. Put your feet down. Grab your knees, lift your chest up. Shoulders roll back, hips or your tailbone kind of wings back. And then rolling down onto your back. So reach your fingertips forward and then sequence down through the spine. Whoop, whoop. So good. Press your feet into the earth. Scoop through your low belly and let's come into bridge pose. You can do robot arms. You can press your palms down to the mat. In any case, you're hugging the hamstrings or squeezing the hamstrings and feeling your feet. Press. Heart opens. And then rolling down one vertebrae at a time. Whew. Good, guys. Bring your knees into your chest. Almost there. Rock side to side. Give that a nice little rinse. Might even let the knees kind of roll in circles or independent of one another. Do it if it feels good. Don't do it if it doesn't, right? Or take little pauses, little shimmies. And breathe and feel into those sweet spots. Yeah. And the invitation is to stretch your right leg straight up towards the ceiling. Maybe grab onto the back of that calf. Extend your left leg long, a little bit more core work, but not quite as intense. Maybe it is more intense for you because you have tight hamstrings. But breathe, extending your left leg out, kind of hugging the right leg in so the low belly draws in. So good. Keep breathing. And then switch. Slow this first time. Gives the body a moment to figure out what the hell's going on. Maybe spread your toes. Extend through the legs. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. And then switch. Exhale. Breathe in. Switch. Exhale. Breathe in. Switch. Breathe in. Switch. Good. Keep going. Could always grab behind the calf, or excuse me, behind the thigh. It's better if you need to bend your knees a little bit. You can go ahead and do that. If you've got the range of motion, really engage the legs as you draw it in so you're not overstretching the muscles. I'm the queen of pulled hamstrings. For 3, for 2. Oh, so good. Hug the knees in. Oh, let the head rest down onto the mat. Go ahead and bring your feet down to the ground. Let the feet go wide and the knees in towards one another. Hands can be one on your heart, one on your belly, or they can go wide. It's just a reset point. Body will thank me. Right. And then walk the feet together, knees wide. Again, I'm going to be a little gingerly on this one for my hip, but still going to invite us into it because there's benefit to external rotation in the hips. Right. If you put your hand on your belly, you might be able to feel it rise and fall, which is a nice tether to the breath. Right, which brings our mind here, which might allow you to feel some softening in the shoulders, the face, hips. Good. So good. And circle your knees back in towards your chest. Maybe a rock side to side. Your hips a little bit to the left, letting your knees fall to the right, coming into a spinal twist. If it hurts to bring your knees all the way over, you can always slide a pillow in between your legs or just keep a little bit more activity there. I'm feeling this rinse in the low back, the mid back, outer hip. Might feel it also in your chest as the left arm opens up. Coming back to center, rocking side to side, and then letting the hips fall a little bit, scooch a little bit to the right, letting the knees fall to the left. And then letting maybe the right arm go out on the diagonal. You might notice my arms are doing weird things, but it's just because I'm holding onto my microphone. You don't have to be looking at me. But in case you are, that's what's going on. You can play with how close your knees are towards your chest or away, how that affects the stretch. Awesome. Cool, and then the invitation is to come back through center and set up for final rest, set up for Savasana, letting your legs go long, feet meet the corners of your mat. You might give the legs one last squeeze and then feel them soften. Same with the arms or the face. Give them a squeeze and then feel and release. Maybe a sigh out of the mouth. Cool. We're letting go of any like major breath control here, but you might just still notice your breath and let it be natural. Let your belly be soft. Right, your heart might soften also or feel more open or just some sensation there. Traveling your attention up to your face, feeling the space around your eyebrows soften, your jaw. Maybe even a gentle smile to feel in this practice. It's okay if not, that's okay too. Good. As you're ready, no rush. Bring a little bit of movement back. You might be called to like roll straight up, or maybe it feels yummier for you to roll to one side, coming into a fetal position before you meet us in a seat. In any case, as you're ready, coming up to a seat, either cross-legged or kneeling, hands can rest on your lap for a moment, feeling your sit bones root down. The crown of your head lifts up, and then we'll gather all our energy at heart center, bringing the palms together to press, like symbolizing this uniting the left and the right sides of the body, the masculine and feminine, the strength and the softness. And then acknowledging our own work, our own light, and acknowledging one another. Together we bow forward and say namaste. Namaste. Thanks so much for showing up to practice. I hope you have a great rest of your night or your day or whenever you're taking this on. Take care of yourselves. And if you're a continued member at Pele, we are so grateful that you are continuing to plug in a virtual format. If you're deciding to join us on a class-by-class basis, there's an invitation to make a contribution to our PayPal account. So if that's possible for you, if it feels good as an energy exchange, we appreciate that. And if not, just keep showing up and doing the work and doing the practice, because I know that also fuels us up and the world up in a whole nother way. Thank you again. Have a great day, night. Namaste.